We're well on our way, yes! Right, we have been digging up a lot of land. This is our 2,000 acres of beds. We've dug up all this land, and this is going to be our productive market garden. This is our football pitch and zip line for the kids, but that's not about farming. So we've dug up all these. We've dug beds at a width of 120 centimeters. Now these are good because you can put 2 drips inside and they will allow you to work on either side of the bed. We've also done beds at a length of 80 centimeters. Now these allow you to step over. I personally like the thinner beds, but the more technical permaculture guys like the thicker beds because you can get more on there. We've put all this wood chip down for the pathways and that helps. So we've mulched the edges and we've got really nice pathways. Unfortunately, our water system is not working, so we haven't been able to grow anything yet. We're experiencing growing cowpea, so we know within 7 days we can have the ground covered. Leaving soil exposed like this is not a good idea because the sun is baking down on them and the microbial action is absolutely getting killed. So it's not a good position that we're in. We're just waiting for our water tank to be finished, and once it's done, we'll be able to water, irrigate, and we have nearly 1.7 kilometers of irrigation. So yes, it's a big farm. All this is happening on 1 acre. I really cannot believe it. We've got such a small space, 100 meters by 40 meters, but we've fitted all of these beds in. Let's go. A lot of food's going to be grown here. You can see we've grown our beds in this kind of rainbow shape. This rainbow shape helps water loss. I don't know whether you can tell, but there's a slight decline on this land. And that means whenever water's running down, because of the way it's splayed in the rainbow shape, the water will always be sunk. Let's go up to the treehouse and we'll get a much better view of what we've dug. Welcome to the treehouse. Nice. I think it's going to be a little yoga studio. Excuse the mess. Okay, so sneak peek of the treehouse. We'll have a better view in the next show, hopefully. Right, here we have our rainbow permaculture beds. You can see they're in a Wi-Fi shape. This allows water to stop and be sunk. Also on this side, we've ploughed new beds. This is our water tower. Now it was slightly delayed, but we've got to make it really strong because 10,000 litres are going to go on it. 10,000 litres is a huge amount. We can see the size of the tank is incredible. This is our 10,000 litre tank. This is absolutely huge. But because we run a solar site, we're only on solar, we're totally off grid. We have to be so careful with water pressure because it takes a lot of electric. So we've got a 10,000 litre tank. Now that is going to allow us to have lots of pressure because 10 tons of pressure on top is going to push the water out at an alarming rate. 10,000 litres is a huge amount. I want you guys to see how actually big this is. It's absolutely huge. You get lost in here. Hello! This 10,000 litre tank is awesome. I could literally make it my house. It's so huge. Now imagine all this being filled with water pressure. That pressure is going to save us because it means no solar being used. Yes. This is going to save us so much electric. Look how big this tank is. Okay, I'm nearly out. Okay, this is going to save us so much electric because the sheer weight of this thing is going to exert so much pressure that it's going to able to travel the full 100-meter length of the farm. Well, that's what the plan is, hopefully. So we've got the 10,000 litre tank, we've got permaculture beds, we've got really good mulch, and now we're all set to have a farm that can run on solar. Because when you're running on solar electricity, you need to be very careful with the electric. And a great tip to use a 10,000 litre tank because the pressure it exerts on itself. Now, since we're on a solar site, we are also harvesting water by using the rooftops. This gutter will rain down onto this pond, and that will fill up our catfish pond. Now, our catfish pond will eat food from the ducks. And guess what they'll eat from the ducks? Duck poo. Strange, but the catfish should grow from duck poo. It's made at an angle so we can just wash the duck ponds, and they do stink sometimes. And all that water should be food. Conversion into food. What is done from the catfish, it will be pumped to our beds. So yet again, we'll be saving water from the pond. Hope you've enjoyed watching today, guys. Hope you've learned something about how to save electric when you're on a solar site. Use your water, reuse your water. Now, just remember, it's not how much water you got, it's how much times you can reuse it. See you next week, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.